Yo, October 2nd, 2021. Halfcast 148, episode 148. Let's go. Happy Saturday, y'all. Yes, I am back to share another moment of reflection with you guys. Yeah. Hope all is well. Let's have a little bit of fun, huh? Let's have that. So, I beat Walmart. Yeah, I beat Walmart. I woke up. Well, I took a nap. I woke up. Long story short, I wanted to get some things. I wanted to get something for the podcast. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to make it look good. Want to make it sound good. I wanted to get a backdrop. I looked online, and they say they have a specific backdrop that I thought would be fitting for this show on at the Walmart near me. So I decide to go up there, and I say, Avery, when you get up here, don't look left, don't look right. Just go and get what you need to get, and go get what you need to get the hell out of here and go home. So it was a backdrop with it was all black with a microphone in the back, similar to this one actually that I have. And I was like, I want that. And all they had was one with gold glitter sparkles. And it wasn't even big enough. So I was like, okay, well, this is how they get you. You don't walk around. If you don't see what you want, or if you don't find a satisfactory alternative, don't walk around, because then you're gonna spend what you wanted, that what you went there for, and then when you get home, you still don't have what you were looking for. Now, I have a few stories for you guys that I found interesting. Who's up? Who's batting first? What? A man selling catalytic converter online left a bag of meth on coffee table in the picture's background. Sheriff's office say, sheriff's office, not the customer. How much for that baggie in the window? Yo, when I first seen this, I thought it because they were that is people in Africa scraping the residue off the catalytic converters and making drugs out of it. I thought this was like, oh God, it's over here now. First fentanyl, now this a man selling a catalytic converter on Facebook Marketplace. Stop telling on yourself on the internet, people. Stop telling on yourself. Yo, police officers they're making retirement. They're making detective at a record pace, at a Guinness World Record pace, because they're not solving any crimes. You guys are doing it for them. Stop telling on yourself. A man selling a catalytic converter on Facebook Marketplace left a large bag of methamphetamine and a syringe on the coffee table in the background of the picture he posted. The Stone County Sheriff's Office in Missouri said in a post on Facebook, wow, and this bag is huge. I think the next thing he's going to do after he sells that converter is die. It's not funny, but no man can do that bad amount of meth. Injecting it? Last night, one of our Stone County residents posted a catalytic converter for sale on Marketplace. Apparently, he must have been under the influence. I would say that looked like enough meth to kill about 5, 10, 15 people. In the background of his picture he posted, it had to be at least an ounce. Come on, he left his large bag of meth and syringe on the coffee table. Rader said he was alerted on the post by a citizen and passed on the information to a detective. Yeah, today we arrived at this gentleman's house with the search warrant. You can imagine his surprise. He still had 48 grams of meth So that's a little bit. A gram is 48 grams of meth. There's 20 8 ounces in a yeah, 7, 14, 21, 28. So there's 28 ounces. There's 28 grams in an ounce. So he had a little bit under 2 ounces of meth and a pistol that he is forbidden to own. So he wasn't forbidden to own the meth. You were more concerned with the pistol? Shit. I think that much meth is more deadly than the pistol after that. Yeah. We have now provided him a new place to stay. That's fucked up. Sorry, folks. His catalytic converters are not for sale right now. The sheriff's post said, take note if you are selling items on social media, make sure your drugs are not in the background. They clowning them. They clowning them. Yeah, Kurtz, 38, was charged with possession of a controlled substance and probation parole violation. Of course. Of course. The sheriff's office webpage said CNN has not been able to determine if Kurtz has a lawyer yet. I hope what is the lawyer going to do? What is the lawyer going to do besides make sure that he understands his rights when he gets locked? Jesus. Next up, delete that. This story particularly interested me because more than half of U.S. police killings are misclassified. Study says, and when we talk about police killings, I went through this article, I skimmed it. When I went through this article, it made me think like, so for you to properly understand a disease, a virus, you have to like get the more cases you get, the more data you get to analyze on it. So if shootings are being misclassified, like we personally know that there's always been a problem with police shootings, but be it that they're not categorized and yeah, they're not being categorized and classified as such police killings, then that means that people like you don't have a hard copy of the extent to which to understand that this is a problem. So instead of, I don't know, let's say for example 20 years ago we noticed that with Rodney King or whatever, that there's a problem. We always knew physically, now I mean, from us looking on the streets, that there's been a problem with this. But for as to take the Capitol Hill to the government, like to take to like Congress, to take to whoever, the attorney general, or to take them wherever. And we have cases where we could document that these cases of these people, yeah, we need that. That is like the because for people that only understand numbers, then we need that also. Official statistics have undercounted deaths at the hands of police in the United States more than half over the last 40 years, according to a new study published in the Lancet Medical Journal. Over that period, the study found that Black Americans were about 3.5 more times likely to die by police violence than white Americans. See, we knew this, but without without a hard copy to verify this, like I just can't go to Capitol Hill and say this. Know what I mean? I need like a source that's been verified. And so it's fucked up that I need that, but but we need paperwork. We need hard paper evidence. Police violence is for sure a public health issue, and we need to discuss it. Dr. Ali H. Muqdad, one of the authors of the study and a professor at the University of Washington School of Medicine, told CBS News. Researchers compared data recorded in the U.S. National Vital Statistics System, which is the government database that collates official death certificates, with 3 open source non-governmental databases that track incidents of police violence. They discovered that more than 17,000 deaths by police violence were either misclassified or not reported in the official database since 1980. And this will think about it like this, that if police reform didn't start until like around after the Rodney King beatings in like the early 90s or whatever, like the mid to early 90s, then with this type of information, that if this information would have been brought to the forefront earlier, then we could have put pressure for these type of changes to come about a little bit earlier. That's how I look at it. Know what I mean? So yeah, so you didn't discover this. It's like with a disease. You think it's like you think they're isolated incidents. You think they're like one-time situations over here in patches here and there because they're not documented accordingly. They're not recorded as they should be. They're either covered up or just sloppy police work, or yeah, somebody's looking out for their buddy, whatever the case may be. But if you can record the volume, then you know that you can understand that there's a problem. Like, yeah, their analysis showed that during the time period studied, nearly 60% of deaths of Black Americans at the hands of police have been misclassified or not reported. And accurately reporting or misclassifying these deaths further obscures the larger issue of systemic racism that is embedded in many U.S. institutions, including law enforcement. Let's hear the let's hear the white nationalists talk about this on their podcast. Yeah, Pablina Sharara. I'm tired of throwing one in there. Co-leader, co-lead author of the study, also from the University of Washington School of Medicine, said in a statement, official statistics miss 56% of deaths of non-Hispanic white people, 50% of deaths of Hispanic people of any race, and 33% of non-Hispanic people of other races, according to the research. Because the study looked at government records, which only had two options for sex, it was unable to identify non-cisgender people and therefore unable to determine if there had been a disproportionately high rate of violence against trans people. So their whole way of recording this data has been wrong, and it's been wrong. It's been off. It's been inaccurate for a very long time. And the fact that they brought this to the forefront, now maybe we could put it on the table for us to start keeping better statistics. Like, and you think that keeping count is you may think that keeping count is really not relevant, but it is in the when you're bringing this up to like Congress and to lawmakers and stuff like that. It's very important because numbers don't lie. From 1980s to the 2010s, the rate of deaths by police violence increased by 38% for all races, according to the study. Wow. And an editorial published alongside the study, the Lancet outlines some of the underlying causes and possible paths to solutions, that's what the numbers lead to, possible solutions and possible paths. Policing in the USA follows models of hostile racialized interactions between civilians and armed agents of the state. Marginalized groups are more likely to be criminalized through the war on drugs or homelessness. It said strategies to lower fatalities from police violence must include demilitarization of police forces, but with the broader call to demilitarize society by, for example, restricting access to firearms, which is a whole nother argument to be had for another time. Can we de-methamphetamine society? Because I'm pretty sure when you got 2 ounces of meth, that gun is liable to go off more likely than it is for a person that's not hopped up on crystal meth. I'm pretty sure that could be part of it too. Next up, you take a sip of my non-alcoholic beverage. This is the podcast where if you don't like your producer dancing around in the background of all your videos off of the beaten path, I like to talk about the things that are relevant, but they haven't been just done to death, but they are just as important as if your wife or your husband stepped out on you and had a baby. Would you still stay with them, as per hundreds of podcasts talk about every week, which seems to be the sweep? The hell out of here. Next up. Delete this. I wanted that backdrop bad as hell, and all they had was gold glitter with sprinkles. Dog the Bounty Hunter, my man, said his tip line for the Gabby Petito case has gotten thousands of hits, but he won't share info with the police. Great work, Dwayne. Leave out the people who are actually tasked with investigating the case. don't work the don't work with the detectives who are actually assigned to solve the case with their and don't share your information. Yeah, keep your hand close to your chest and don't play with the other kids who are actually supposed to be on the case. Dog the Bounty Hunter said his tip line for the Gabby Petito case has gotten plenty of good leads. However, he's not coordinating or sharing tips with police in the search for Brian Laundrie. Pixar didn't happen. Yeah, Pixar didn't happen. Police have been searching for Laundrie, a person of interest in Petito's case, for 2 weeks. Dog the Bounty Hunter says he's getting plenty of useful tips in his search for Brian Laundrie, a person of interest. And he's more, I hope they find this guy. I really do. Dead or alive, because that beautiful young girl and her family needs some sort of closure. But Dog is funny as hell, man. I don't know how he got into this, but this is, oh man, it makes for good podcasting though. Dog the Bounty Hunter said he's getting plenty of useful tips in his search for Brian Laundrie, a person of interest. Why are we not even calling him a suspect? They're still saying a person of interest. He should be called a suspect in a case surrounding, and I'll say it again. If they couldn't detain him legally, they should have at least had his ass chained to a radiator. No. No, if they couldn't detain him legally, they should at least have had somebody telling him, hey, don't leave town, like on Dragnet or whatever. Don't leave town. Don't something. They let him slip through the cracks. And now he's like on target to be like one of the most a fugitive who's not a fugitive. But those tips aren't being shared with law enforcement. The reality TV star, whose name is Dwayne Chapman, joined the search last week when he was seen knocking on the door of Laundrie's parents' home in Northport, Florida, and urged people to contact him with tips. Don't contact him with the tips like he's no, contact me, and not just contact me so I can coordinate with the detectives that are actually assigned to work the case. If you don't feel comfortable working with police, we don't have to know your name. That would be great. I think that would be great. If you don't feel comfortable coming to the police, you can contact me and I'll coordinate whatever information. I'll pass it along. But he's like, yeah, I got tips. Like, like, yeah, I'm going to work up on some leads here. Like, we're getting calls like crazy. I think the success of this bounty hunt is going to be the tip line. Chapman told Newsmax on Thursday. Over 2,000 calls and about 20% of them are positive lead. That's 200. That's what, 200 calls. And you mean to tell me that you're not like you're going to follow up on all of them alone? You're not going to coordinate with law enforcement? Many of the calls are words of encouragement or suggestions, Chapman said, but that a fifth of them are useful. So a fifth of 200 is what? 40? Yeah. Who have been searching for Laundrie. This has been a math quiz today, man. Yeah. He said he can't call them and ask for leads, and that they don't call me and say, hey, dog, where's your leads? He said he can't call them. He said he can't call them and ask for leads, and that they don't call me and say, hey, dog, where's your leads? Yeah, I would want to know. Chapman said he usually doesn't coordinate with law enforcement, which in this, you should. Now, if someone's in a house and they start firing at us, then we call Big Brother and they send out the SWAT and the dogs and get the guy. Get out. Chapman also said he believes Laundrie is still alive, though he doesn't have evidence of that, and that he's parting the expression right on his. No, he's not. No, he's not. Right on his tail would be. I seen him in a mall and he disappeared on an escalator in a crowd of people. Now I mean, yeah, on his tail would be like you've seen him in like the past 24 hours and he just got away. Right on his tail. Right on his tail doesn't mean you're following up on 2,000 calls and you weed through them and only 40 of them make some type of sense that might give you an inkling of which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? He's encouraging people to keep calling 1-833 tell dog with tips, which is also if you call 1-833 dog tail, it doubles as a sex line. The FBI is asking the public to call 1-800 uh FBI. Yeah, he's like, yo, call 1-833 tell dog, and the FBI is like, no, fuck that. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I mean, call 1-800, call FBI, man. How does he keep getting on the property? Officials have been searching for Laundrie since his parents reported him missing on September 17th, days before Petito's body was found near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Laundrie has been staying with his parents since September 1st, when he returned alone from a long trip when he was on with Petito, his girlfriend. Petito's family reported her missing on September 11th. Yeah, which I just hope they find that bastard. Yeah, get him. And dog, you ain't doing nothing but just putting your face on something at the expense of, they just want to find out where this guy is, and you're just having a ball. Yeah, I'm important. Yeah, I'm important. Yeah, yeah. I have people calling me too. I'm smart. They want the hey Dwayne, they wanted the FBI. They wanted the FBI to work the case. It ain't how I wanted it. I'm smart. If you've seen The Godfather, you know what I'm talking about. Next up, Dwayne, DTBH. He could have been a wrestler. Man punches pizza restaurant manager after refusing to wear a mask. That's amore. Police. A man in Wisconsin was arrested early Friday morning after police say he refused to wear a mask inside a restaurant and punched the manager in the face. Wow. Why are we just like, and it's like, okay, wearing a mask in 2021 is back in like 1983 when your girl asked you to wear a condom and you got mad because it feels like she's telling you got an STD or something. Well, I ain't got nothing, baby. I mean, I only been with you this whole time. That's how people are really treating it. Like, yeah, so what are you trying to say? I got a disease? Well, yeah. Well, fucking yeah. Shit. Police responded to a disturbance at Ia's Pizza in Madison, Wisconsin, just after 2 a.m. on Friday morning, the Wisconsin State Journal reported. First of all, pizza shops open at 2 o'clock in the morning. Should be regarded and revered, and whatever you can do to make those people feel loved and appreciated. There is nothing like back when I was drinking and partying, that knowing that Pizza City closed at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I could still order those buffalo wings at 2 o'clock. And yeah, come on. These are people, yeah, that's the lifeblood of the party scene, baby. Getting wings on a late night restaurant when he refused to mask up upon entering the business. Yo, you know what you can do? You know what I do when I order food in these places, in these restaurants? I go in, I put on my mask, I order my food, and it's still nice outside. So I just go outside and play on my phone until my food is done. You don't even, it's not like you even have to sit, you're not eating in. I mean, you're just going in to place an order. Like, the manager of the restaurant asked the man to leave due to his unruly nature and no mask. The man, identified as 20-year-old Abel Mosqueda, responded by punching the manager in the face, according to police. Why? This guy is going to make your food. You're going to treat him like that? You know what? You know what should have happened? Abel should have went on back there and have been like, yo, give him the pepperoni with a surprise, and just bought it all from the back. No, please don't do that. No, don't get any ideas from me. He then went outside and punched out an 8x8 window. Come on, police report. Why? The man left in later. You know, if you just would have put on your mask about 10, 15 minutes later, you would have been eating delicious pizza. The man left, but was later contacted by police and taken in. Hey, where do you think he was going? He was booked into the Dane County Jail for the tentative charges of battery and disorderly conduct. Oh yeah, I know police were gonna hurry up. Man, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're on your shift, and that pizza shop is open as a police officer, and somebody did what? What? Crazy. He was booked into the Dane County Jail for the tentative charges of battery and disorderly conduct. And yeah, the case in Wisconsin is one of several recent incidents in which police have accused customers of responding to COVID-19 restrictions with violent or unruly behavior. First off, these people that run these restaurants that's open at this time, they are really they are the goats. I'm telling you, man. Like, yeah, they are the goats. They're doing you a favor. They're actually risking their self and risking idiots like these. Know what I mean? To bring you food at delicious pizza at 2 o'clock in the morning after you've been drinking and and doing meth while selling catalytic converters. I don't know. Next up, if you like the show, subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know you rocking with your boy. Yeah, last up, Miami mayoral candidate charged with impersonating a cop. These. So what do you want to be, man? You want to be the mayor? You want to be a cop? First off, these people that's in politics nowadays, which you had the one that got drunk and said, "Yo, call the governor up." And so I'm cool with the governor. So call the governor so he could get me off of his this so they won't lock him up driving under the influence multiple times. Then you had the lawmaker that was substituting in an art class in a high school, and the kid was being a dick. I'll die on that hill. That kid was being an asshole, and he said, "Do you want me to bring down the wrath of God and kick the kid in the balls?" These are the people that's in charge of running our country. Now I add him to this wall of people. The polarizing man running for the role of Miami's next mayor has been arrested. Why at this rate? Why don't you just put Trick Daddy up on the podium, baby? It's I'm a thug. Next mayor has been arrested after allegedly impersonating a police officer. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office said that Frank Pichelle, 59, turned himself in early Friday after being booked on a felony charge, was released around 2 a.m. after posting a $5,000 bond, the Miami Herald reports. Back in May, the licensed private investigator allegedly flashed a badge and claimed to be a Monroe deputy while parked in front of a Key Largo house. Can I get a look at that badge? Because who's like, I swear to God, we need to be looking at these badges because the guy that was posing as a sheriff on the story before, he just had like a lanyard, like a key card that you use to get in a building when you work at, like, I don't know, a library. He had one of those. It wasn't even a badge. Frank Patel, the polarizing candidate for Miami's new mayor, was arrested Friday for allegedly impersonating a police officer. The arrest and charging of Patel follows Miami Police Chief Art Acevedo's memo last week that claimed Miami City Commissioner Joe Carollo and other elected officials had hired the mayoral candidate to work as a private investigator. What? During Friday's city commission meeting, Carollo said he never, absolutely never hired Mr. Pichelle to be a private investigator for me, nor has Mr. Pichelle had been a private investigator for me gratis, according to the outlet. It sounds like some Watergate type of shit. Something that, yeah, well, I did, yeah. Pichelle is seeking to oust Mayor Francis Suarez and next month. It sounds like a whole bunch of dirty politics, Miami. You guys better watch your backs out there about who you put in that mayor's mansion or whatever. The Herald reports Suarez, believed to have been in a residence on the block the day in question, is thought to have been the alleged surveillance's target, during which a man identified as Pichelle asked a neighbor, an off-duty Miami-Dade cop, whether he knew a contractor named Freddie. According to the warrant, this sounds like some real mob, many saints of Newark type of conversation that's going on between politicians and police. According to the warrant obtained by the paper, whether Freddie was in fact pointing to Suarez is not clear. The The Mayoral hopo's car was identified by a police license plate reader, leaving Key Largo on 3 occasions over the summer, according to the paper. Oh yeah, he's dirty. Yeah, he's dirty. No way. That whole story just read like a page out of the Valachi papers. Yo, fun show. Very, very fun show. Baby, I love you guys. Adios.